Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. This is William Hindman, and this is Just Force 911, where we look at how our public officials do their job, or they just really suck at it. Here is a gentleman who has been picked up several times by the same police officer and is getting real tired of it. Guys, go over to the civil rights lawyer. Tell him I sent you guys over there. Check him out. Give him a thumbs up, like and share, and subscribe to his channel. He has a whole lot of good information you guys might find enjoyable. And while you're here, please hit the subscribe button if you would. We're trying to get to 3,500. We're almost at 33. Keep it going. Appreciate it. The like and share helps my algorithms. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, guys. All right, so let's get on with the video. These cops are just so out of control that it's like, and then you have the police chief, you know, because you've heard me talk about, you know, if your cops are bad, the police chief is. You know, the police chief comes out, well, it was edited, it was cut up, it was taken out of context. I can see and hear, and your officers are out of line. Now, if you want to be a suck ass, like normal little blue boys in blue, and start crying and whining because you got your feelings hurt, then suck it out my ass, okay? I am so sick and tired of you clowns in uniform. You know, well, you got to do what I say because I'm a cop. No, he only has to do what you say as he breaks the law. He has a current sticker. It's just not on the car. So you're going to be petty now and write him a ticket for it. You know, it's no wonder you guys earn the hate. You know, it's no surprise to me at all. I see this every single day. Scumbag cops just acting like a bunch of bullies, doing whatever the hell they want to because they have qualified immunity. What a bunch of scumbags.
I'm here to comply with whatever you want to tell me to do.
You're about to talk yourself into jail.
For what?
Because you're being aggressive.
So, is that a crime?
Yes.
See what I'm saying? He wants to be an lock his
There's been a video that has come to light that highly edited and also clipped and also taken out of, some of it was switched around. Regardless, there were some statements made by law enforcement that I think should not have been made.
You think? And you're bitching and whining about it because you're a little sissy ass.
Don't learn, dude. You don't treat police like that right off the bat. I mean, I was trying to tell him that his tent was legal, and he wouldn't shut his mouth.
That dude talked his...
He doesn't have to shut up, you clown moron.
into jail. I wasn't even gonna write him a ticket. I might hit him with resisting. I'm gonna him every way I can.
So the bigger issue...
Oh, so you have an ego problem too. So you're a clown, a costume clown with an ego problem. Man, I hope they burn your ass when you go to court.
You'll see here that I think the police chief is perhaps missing is that where police officers arrest you for something they don't usually arrest people for, in retaliation for something you said that hurt their feelings, is that a First Amendment violation, and can they be sued for it? Welcome back to the Civil Rights Lawyer channel, where the mission is to protect and defend your constitutional rights. If you share in that mission, please like, comment, and share this footage, because at the end of the day, people need to see what their government is doing, and they can decide whether they're okay with it. This video is about an incident that occurred in Ridgeland, Mississippi. There was a viral video on Facebook showing this traffic stop that occurred involving the Ridgeland Police Department. That then got local TV media attention, which in turn got the attention of the Ridgeland police chief, who gave an interview on camera discussing the video.
New at 10, Ridgeland's police chief responding tonight after his department received criticism on social media.
There's been a video that has come to light.
Ridgeland Police Chief Brian Myers said an internal investigation was underway on the officers who were seen on the video and widely criticized on social media over the March 16th traffic stop of Frederick Gaddis.
Now, the great thing is they're going to look into themselves and see if they did anything wrong. How do you want to bet how that comes out?
for an expired license plate.
There will be action in regards to our officers here.
Yeah, you probably give them promotions.
As I said at the beginning of this, we police our own. We make sure that everybody's behaving and acting professionally.
So what's controversial about the video? Well, I'll show you, but it has to do with issues of police officers retaliating against somebody who's expressing criticism or being disrespectful or being rude, but otherwise complying with everything they are demanding. The officers can be seen on the body cam admittedly arresting the guy over an extremely minor traffic violation that they usually don't arrest people for. But here's where things went sideways. When the officer walked up to the car, although the driver had his window rolled down, he asked the driver to roll down the rear passenger window that was heavily tinted.
Will you roll this back window down for me? Beauty star more. Will you roll this back window down for me so I can see him? Hello? Can you roll this back window down for me? Driver of the vehicle, roll the back window down.
Hey, dumbass clown in a uniform. He doesn't legally have to.
When he didn't do it or respond otherwise, the officer then ordered Mr. Gaddis out of the vehicle, to which he complied.
All right, driver of the vehicle, step out.
Hey, Metal, record a video.
Don't worry, everything's being recorded.
Yeah, that's cool, that's cool.
All right.
But when he got out, a conversation ensued, and like I said, it went sideways.
Is there something back there you're trying to hide?
Nothing. You can search, I'll help you.
I don't want to search your
You can
car.
search. I remember you. You can search. I'll help you. You can do it. Matter of fact, I don't consent to any search or seizure.
I'm not trying to search your car.
Okay, do your job.
The only reason
You're
I
right.
wanted you to shut up.
If you're gonna write, stop being unprofessional and telling people to shut up. Stop
I'm not
doing
being-
it. Be
the-
professional.
the only reason
you're
I wanted-
supposed to de-escalate the situation. Stop telling me to shut up. That's rude. Have some manners. I'm here to comply with whatever you want to tell me
You're about
to do.
to talk yourself into jail
For what?
because
For
you're
what?
being aggressive.
So, is that a crime?
Yes.
Being aggressive is a crime.
It's enough to get you detained.
All right.
Well, if being aggressive is a crime, is being stupid, because this costume clown meets that recommendation.
Right, I'm gonna talk to you like this. That's okay with you? You okay with
I
that?
don't want you to talk.
You
I
okay?
want me to conduct my
I
traffic
invoke my
stop.
right to remain silent.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
He says he's just trying to conduct his traffic stop. But is that actually what happened? After he ordered him out of the car, which police officers can do for purposes of officer safety, not to search them, but just to conduct a traffic stop with the individual standing outside the car instead of sitting in the car. What was the first thing the officer said once he got out of the car?
Is there something back there you're trying to hide?
Nothing. You can search. I'll help you.
Was he going through the process of performing and completing his traffic stop?
I'm not trying to search your
Okay,
car.
do your job.
The only reason
You're
I
right.
wanted you to shut up.
Or is he on a fishing expedition that he's not supposed to be on? His only concern should be officer safety right now, not looking for contraband in this guy's car.
I'm Officer Boyd with the Richmond Police Department. The only reason I asked you to throw down your back window is because I couldn't see inside. That's why I asked you to step out. The reason I'm pulling you over is because your tag's expired. Do you have a license, insurance, and updated tag?
Yes.
Let me see it.
As we can see here, it appears that he did have a valid plate with a non-expired sticker on it, but it was inside the car, not bolted on the exterior of the car for some reason. And to further complicate things, his license is on his phone, and he also doesn't have a physical proof of insurance.
Thank you. Where's your license and insurance?
801-458-121.
Negative. Where's your license and insurance?
801-458-121.
Your license
I'm
and
giving it
insurance.
to you.
By the way, that editing cut right there was already there. I believe this came from This Is Butter, who I will link below. And we heard the police chief complaining about edits, complaining about cuts.
Highly edited and also clipped and also taken out of, some of it was switched around.
I'd be
You mean taken out of context? No, we saw what your officer said. We didn't take anything out of context.
Happy to review the entire uncut footage, but most of the cuts I've seen so far appear to be immaterial to the controversial parts of this video.
How much time do I have to give it to you once my phone in my hand? Do you know that Mississippi made the Mississippi Mobile ID app and every officer in the state has to accept this as a form of ID?
I do know that.
You do know that?
I do know
so
that. Well, pull it up.
I'm pulling. Is that what I'm doing?
You're arguing about it.
How I'm arguing with my phone in my hand?
You're not pulling it up.
I love your laws. You love them?
I do.
Yeah, you told me you break them and sleep good at night the last time on camera. Yeah, you said that.
Beauty and more on Pear Orchard.
You said that.
Never said that.
Right there. I'm legal. I don't break y'all laws.
You have an expired tag on your car.
Yeah, I need to put that on there. I have it on there by today. I'm legal. I follow y'all laws because I don't like talking to y'all.
Instead of just writing the ticket and everyone going on their way, the officer calls for backup, another officer arrives, and his first complaint to the other officer is that this guy is being verbally aggressive towards him.
Yeah. Give you some trouble?
Verbally aggressive. He does have some more firearms.
I'm not verbally aggressive. I'm telling him I'm 100% legal, and this is practice. This practice, I got everything he wants.
There's nothing legal about an expired tag.
Yeah, the tag is right there. I need to put it on there. It's nothing. I'm not missing nothing that y'all gonna ask for. Y'all, if y'all translate this to verbal aggressiveness, then that's y'all. I'm not missing nothing. I keep the laws. Me telling you I keep the laws verbally aggressive. No, he knows me from previous traffic stops.
In any event, the other guy then goes to basically harass the driver, while the first officer then does what he was supposed to be doing from the beginning, writing the ticket. The driver explains to the other officer that he had already been pulled over by this officer before and charged with having tint that was too dark, and he won in court. But that didn't stop this other officer for trying yet again to harass this guy over tint. Gee, I wonder why this guy is aggressive when apparently he's been charged with bogus tint charges before by the same officer.
The last time they pulled me over for this legal tint with the BMW on it, and he the one who took me to jail for it. The dude put the broke tint meter on it, and he said he don't have a problem with it. And then the judge threw it out. He knows I'm not lying. They put me over right there in the old Canton the last time. Dude put the tint meter on my legal tint.
Well,
just because the angle he was saying. No, I'm saying that the judge said it's not illegal.
Okay, well, my tint meter's not broke. I can put it on there.
Yeah, put it on there. Yeah. Okay. But I'm telling him the last time they did that, it didn't fly. And I was telling them that this is legal tint. I bought the car like that.
Okay, but it's not legal to have an expired tag.
Right, I agree with you. I agree with you.
You mind rolling your window just a little bit on the driver door?
You do whatever you want to do.
Well,
I
mean, it's your...
in the search and seizures.
Well, I'm not searching your car.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just asking you roll the window up just a little bit.
He told me to step out the car, man. He told me to step out the car. If you want to touch my car against my will, then you do it.
Well, I mean, I can measure your tint, but I'm asking.
Measure it.
Well, I'm asking.
You got permission to measure my tint.
Okay, that's all I need to do.
I don't want you to work anything in my vehicle.
Well, you just said I could.
No, I told you I want you to do it. I didn't tell you to do that.
Well, you are detained, so technically I can.
I'm not trying to help you hurt me.
Calm down. Hey, calm down.
I'm trying to hurt you.
Well, if you will shut your mouth, I'll tell you that you're legal.
Man, your race been talking to us like that for too long, man. Y'all got to get out of there, bro. Y'all time is almost up according to Revelation. Y'all time almost up. Esau, you go back to Esau, Genesis 25 and 25. He said you were red all over.
Pulling the race card ain't gonna help you out.
No race car is a nation.
That's exactly what you just did.
It's a nation. I'm from the nation of Israel. You from the nation of Israel.
Let me explain something to you, sir. You understand by him writing you a citation after courtesy, he can arrest you merely on what he stopped you for. Do you understand that?
Okay. All right.
Now, what I'm going on to tell you...
Y'all got us.
What I'm going on to tell you is, yes, your tint is legal.
Okay, then, write the ticket.
But if you... Yeah, it's legal. That's what I'm telling you. If you will shut your mouth, you would understand that.
Stop cussing at me and de-escalate. Stop cursing and be professional, man. Stay within your professional guidelines, man. Risen Police Department says honor, integrity, and pride.
Good, you can read.
Listen,
you can read. Congratulations.
I'm talking to you like a man, bro. You gotta
No, you're not. You won't shut your mouth long enough to talk with anybody.
That's the First Amendment. It's the right to free speech.
I understand that.
Bro, that's the First Amendment, right to free speech.
But you can't converse with anybody when you interrupt them.
You are the one in line. You cannot sit over there and tell me to shut my off. I'm not the little black boy from the 60s.
I'm not trying to treat you like anybody else.
But you talking to me like I'm something. You stop talking to me like
I just tried to that your tent is legal,
I just
and you
told you
won't
that.
shut
Why
your
are you-
mouth.
Listen, I don't have to. I got a right to free speech. I'm not cussing you.
I won't waste a lot of time on this because there's no need to. It's very well established under the First Amendment that people have a First Amendment right to criticize police officers, to even verbally abuse them. In the 1987 case of City of Houston versus Hill, you'll see this language cited all over First Amendment law. In a case where the City of Houston made it illegal to verbally abuse police officers, the Supreme Court said, nope, you can't do that. They have a First Amendment right to do so. The freedom of individuals verbally to oppose or challenge police action without thereby risking arrest is one of the principal characteristics by which we distinguish a free nation from a police state. Powerful words that unfortunately never made it into the heads of these two police officers. That's the thing about constitutional rights. It's not about whether or not somebody hurts your feelings. It's not about whether you agree or disagree, whether you're right or they're wrong. People have a right in a free nation to criticize their government. That guy, whether he's right or not, is criticizing his government. You are his government. You have him detained against his will on the side of the road. He wants to leave. He's not allowed to. He doesn't like you. He's criticizing you. There's no reason for this discussion even to be taking place. The tent was not illegal. The basis of the detainment is the expired registration sticker. The other cop is in the process of writing a ticket for it. We're told that he's getting a ticket. He's not being arrested for it. But because this officer gets his feelings hurt so badly during this conversation, he changes the other cop's mind and says, nope, lock this guy up.
I'm not doing.
That's because these clowns in costume are little bitches.
All of this. You see what I'm saying? It's all gonna be
He
frustrating.
wants to be an lock his up.
I need to put my tag on there today.
Correct.
If he wants to be an asshole, he can go to jail. Does that sound like a free nation, or does that sound like something that happens in a police state?
Yeah, as soon as I pulled him over, I'd asked him to roll his back window down because I couldn't see in. Wouldn't respond.
Well, I tried to talk with him reasonably at first, but he just won't. You can't get a word in with him. So I mean, I'm not going to deal with an irrational person. And since he wants to be that way, then we'll take his guns and put them in safekeeping. He's going to learn, dude. You don't treat police like that right off the bat. I mean, I was trying to tell him that his tent was legal, and he wouldn't shut his mouth.
Well, you guys think you're above the law, so how is that any different?
Dude, that dude talked himself into jail.
I can see it.
I was going just right there. I wasn't even going to write him a ticket. I pulled him over because his tag was expired. I'm going to talk to Sarge about it because I might hit him with resisting.
Yeah. I said, you got that wrong. You want to search? You already search.
Yeah, make up as many charges as you can so when it goes into court, they can be thrown out, and then we can sue you so we can pay more money out instead of coming out of your pension fund like it should.
I said, ma'am, just asking for your. That'd be cool, motherfucker.
He was throwing the N-word around. He was saying we was treating him like an N-word. I'm like, dude, I just asked you for your insurance.
Put the cuffs on.
Oh, he cuffed up easy. He didn't want that smoke.
Now, like, just cuffs on.
Well, no, just verbally, like, you know, just.
But this other conduct, well.
I'm gonna talk to Sarge about it. Yep. Enhancement. Yep. I'm gonna him every way I can.
And that is so professional from these 15 IQ scumbags.
Yeah, I got it.
While it's a good thing that the chief of police here came forward and sort of apologized for some of the officers' actions, he doesn't say specifically what they were. I have a feeling he's focusing on the fact that they are being rude and unprofessional and using profane language and escalating the situation. What I would hope he would actually discipline these officers for, if not fire them entirely, is the fact that they violated this man's First Amendment rights. He had a right to verbally criticize these police officers. From the footage available, he complied with every directive that they gave him, but he definitely gave them verbal abuse along the way, and he had every right to do that. Those officers made a comprehensive record of the fact that they were going to just write him a ticket, but because of the content of what he said, they then decided to physically arrest him and take him to jail for something that's extremely minor, an expired registration. And he even had an updated one in his car. But because it was not on display, they physically arrested him for that. And although they had the discretion to do that, I'm guessing they don't usually do that because they weren't even going to physically arrest him. It was only based on the content of what he said that they decided to teach him a lesson, to make things difficult on him as a consequence of the things that he said. Now, Mississippi is in the Fifth Circuit. And the Fifth Circuit had a terrible decision in the Gonzalez versus Trevino case where they arrested the little old lady who was on the town council. And they said, even if they violate your First Amendment rights, if there is actually probable cause to arrest you, it doesn't matter. You can't sue them for it. My friends at the Institute for Justice took that up to the U.S. Supreme Court. I did some videos on that. And the Supreme Court agreed with the Institute for Justice in that case and allowed the First Amendment retaliation lawsuit to move forward. Even though there's probable cause to arrest somebody, if it's something that you don't usually arrest people for, like jaywalking or expired sticker, you can still sue for it. And this would fall nicely within that U.S. Supreme Court precedent. In fact, I already talked to my friend Patrick Giacomo, who was just before the U.S. Supreme Court last week. He already looked at this footage, and I believe that they are interested in taking this man's case. So if you see this or you know this guy, have him reach out either to me or the Institute for Justice, and they may be interested in representing him at no cost to him. So maybe there will be a lawsuit here, and I hope to do an update on this case. So you can follow along by subscribing here and also at the blog at thecivilrightslawyer.com. You can also follow me on X at JohnBryanESQ.
Okay, guys. So you have scumbag clowns in costume. That's nothing new. You know, they think they're sovereign citizens, so they can get away with whatever it is they want. I just hope this comes out of their pension funds instead of our pockets. You guys always remember to record the police because they're not your friends. And remember, have a great and safe day. Thanks.